Hello, friends. I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? Hope it's fantastic. How was your weekend? Let me know in the comments. Last week I had a great week. I told you at the beginning of the week. Um, I had a bunch of work to do at my day job, my side job. I got assigned a bunch of issues and I fixed them all very quickly. Super excited about that. I felt emotionally great. I felt physically great. And all of that shifted by the weekend to I just did not feel good at all this weekend. I think many of you probably know that I suffer from something called Epstein-Barr, which is essentially recurrent mono. Um, it's you never really get rid of mono. It stays in you forever, and sometimes in some people it can kind of reactivate. Kind of had that this weekend. It lasts probably 4 or 5 days, and it's tough, right? My doctor hesitates to diagnose it as chronic fatigue. Chronic fatigue is the same thing. It's just it would require like months out of the year where I'm just tired, right? This is more for me. It's usually like a 1 week period, maybe 2 weeks at the most. But it was rough, and it means that when I'm exhausted like that, I'm physically exhausted, meaning I'm like I could just go to sleep, but I'm also mentally exhausted. My brain doesn't want to function, and so after I finished all of those tickets last week, I got assigned 6 or 7 more, and I tried to work on them this weekend, but I just couldn't. My brain, like, I spent maybe an hour on it on Friday, a little bit of time on Saturday, a little bit of time on Sunday. I did what I could. Part of it is that the boss of the project, the project owner, was unavailable this weekend, and I have some questions that I need to get answers to. And so I was kind of on hold for that, but just mentally I wasn't really with it. So I ended up just kind of lounging, playing video games. We went to a craft fair on Saturday, which was really fun with my kid, and just kind of hung out and took it easy. And that's really about all I can do. Last night I was just kind of fed up with it, and I cooked dinner. I hadn't cooked dinner in a couple of days, and I was like, I'm just gonna go make dinner. Even though I was the only one that was hungry, I thought maybe just getting up and doing something would make me feel better. It did not. It made me feel tired and just kind of out of it. But other than that, it was a pretty good weekend. I think that I got some needed resting time in, and I got to spend some time with the kids, which is important. My oldest is an adult now, and she's still choosing to do the back and forth thing, which is fine. And my youngest, obviously wants to keep doing that, and they had stuff. My oldest had a friend who needed to go to homecoming, and she offered to drive her. My youngest went to a friend's house all day on Saturday, and then had a scouting event on Sunday, and it was a busy weekend of driving for me. But those things gave me distractions from the fact that I didn't feel great. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. But it also means that I didn't feel useful, right? It also means that I didn't feel useful at my day job. I didn't feel useful at my side job, and I didn't feel useful at my house. Like, I felt just kind of, here I am. It's a very strange feeling, but today it's okay. Like, I'm all right. Getting stuff done, work stuff's getting done. Typical Monday, lots of emails and that sort of thing. And then I have some meetings this afternoon. And continuing the legacy project that we've been working on there. But yeah, it's always weird when I feel like that. I don't know. Hopefully you don't ever have to deal with it. Hopefully, if you've had mono in the past, it stays away and it never comes back. Because it's really annoying. The nice thing, there's no nice thing about it. The thing that is interesting about it is it doesn't it doesn't come back with like the sore throat and the swollen tonsils, any of that stuff. It's just the tiredness and like the brain fugue would be the way I would describe it. Just kind of feels like pressure in my head and that sort of stuff. So and tiredness, just absolutely exhausted. Hopefully you don't ever have to deal with that. You know, it sucks. So let me know what you did this weekend, because I didn't do a whole lot, and I'm interested to know what you've been up to. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends, wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is occlude. It is a verb meaning to block or obstruct, to close off a passage or entryway. Debris from the second floor construction occluded the entryway to the laundry room in Linda's beach house. Is occlude, I mean, I've heard it often enough that I don't have to look that up. But it also isn't a super common word, right? I guess it's a little more in line with the book than some of these words.